Michael Olise is one of the dopest players in the Premier League. A lot of teams want him. Well, recently, from what I'm seeing, it looks like Chelsea has agreed personal terms with Michael Olise, and he'll be officially part of Chelsea for the next season. That's what it looks like. Well, today it's our job to put my man Michael on Chelsea and see what he can do in his first season, not in the Premier League, as he's already at Crystal Palace, but his first season with Chelsea. Will he be a flop? Will he be a star? I mean, like I said, a lot of people want this player. A lot of teams are looking at him, but it looks like Chelsea's going to get that signature. Now, you guys know, like I know, Chelsea is a team that is stacked full of talent. Talent all over the place. A lot of young talent as well, but they really haven't gelled together and been what we thought they would be. They spent a lot of money, brought in a lot of players, and things just haven't really cooked the way they should have. Well, this is the starting 11 that it looks like they could have going into the next season. Remember, Thiago Silva is no longer a part of Chelsea. I'm pretty sure he left. But Nkunku's on the team, Mudryk is on the team, and my boy Enzo Fernandez is also on the team, who supposedly had a surgery because he was in a lot of pain last year, playing through pain. So maybe after the surgery, he'll get back to the Enzo that we saw at the World Cup. But this team is absolutely amazing. Michael would be on the right with Sterling on the left. Cole Palmer down the middle with Jackson up top. I think Nkunku will probably be up top, to be honest. We'll see how that goes. I would imagine Enzo's going to be in that midfield somewhere, but for now, it's Gallagher and the one and only Caicedo. And then the back, it's Reece James. And I don't know how Chelsea will really line up in the back. I think maybe K will start. I'm not 100% how that's going to actually go, if I'm being honest with you. But the most important thing is that we are here for one player and one player owner. It's the big Michael Olise. I hope I'm saying his name, or hopefully I said his name right. If you guys enjoy these type of career mode videos, make sure to hit the big old thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to our brand new channel, and make sure to show some love by leaving a comment and let me know what career mode you want me to do next. But today's not so much about a career mode, it's about Michael. What will Michael do? So we will sim every single month, and we will bounce back and go look at what my boy Michael was able to accomplish in every single game throughout the Premier League. After the first month, it should be 3 games in the bag. One thing we need is from my man Pachatoni to not we need Chelsea's manager to not get fired, lads, all right? We need him to not get fired. We got to get through the whole season so we can see what my boy Michael Olise actually did. You know what I'm saying? If he gets sacked, if my boy gets sacked, then all of a sudden we're in a lot of trouble. Stats wise, okay, let's check this out really quickly. My boy Olise did not start. He started 2 games. That's just weird. Who's starting over him? Why? What is this, bro? I have him in the starting 11. Why he only played 2 games? Why did he only play 2 games? Let me see who started. Oh, Sterling, Palmer. Did they move? They might have moved Cole Palmer to the right mid position. I'm thinking they moved Palmer to the right mid position, and then they put Enzo Fernandez at the cam position. That is my thought process. That is my thought process of what just took place. Am I right? I'm not 100% sure, but I think I'm right. I'm pretty sure I'm right. So what I'm going to do is move Cole Palmer to the cam position, which will take 2 weeks. And then my boy Michael should be able to start every game without no complications, you know, without nobody getting in his way. Either way, to start off his campaign at Chelsea, he's only played 2 matches with 0 goals and 0 assists. So the first month for my boy Michael was not good. I officially made Palmer a cam, which means my boy Michael should be able to start. No problem. There should be nobody who gets in his way unless Mudryk gets in his way, but I think that should be a W now. Palmer is officially a cam, no longer a right mid, so hopefully that works out. Now, I must tell you that they did tie another game against Forest because I had to sim 2 weeks to make Palmer a cam, but let's continue on the journey and see what happens. Guys, the most important thing that needs to be talked about is how bad Chelsea is performing. That's the number one thing that needs to be talked about here, because I went ahead and went 2 months forward, right? And I gotta be honest with you, I don't think Chelsea's won a game. Maybe they have, but it hasn't been many. Chelsea is officially in 13th position with 2 wins, 5 draws, and 3 losses on 11 points. Now, this here in itself is just a disaster for failure for any player. If you're on a team that's struggling this bad, how are you meant to get stats? How are you meant to perform in any way, shape, or form? I just don't really see that working out. So what I'm going to do is come in and change up the tactics a little bit, because this obviously, as we know, isn't working. So I'm going to try a 4-3-3 attacking. With that being said, I'm then going to go ahead and bring in Enzo Fernandez, and I'm going to allow the team to be a little bit more up the field to see if this works out. And hopefully Michael still gets playing time. I hope that happens. Hope they don't bench him. But we're going to see if this actually helps the team perform a little bit better and if they score more goals, because at the moment, lads, this team cannot win a game to save their lives. Only 2 wins for Chelsea is just not good enough. Appearances, Jackson has 12 and Sterling has 12, and my boy Michael has 7 with 1 assist. Now that's okay. For most players, you would say that's okay. He's getting his feet wet, but he was already in the Premier League, so he should be able to jump right in. I know Chelsea's a little bit of a step up from Crystal Palace. Some will say yes, some will say no. I say yes. But Michael needs to be performing a little bit better. I know he's only 21, but we need a little bit more out of him, all right? So with that being said, hopefully the changes in tactics will allow the team to play a little bit better and Chelsea can start picking up more wins, because as we go into November, they got Everton in the Cup, they got Spurs and City and Newcastle. I mean, this is a month that, honestly, if they win any game here, I would be surprised. But hey, hopefully it goes super well, and hopefully my boy Michael scores mad goals. Well, they did get eliminated from the Cup, but they did beat Newcastle and Spurs, picking up 2 wins, but they got destroyed against Man City in November. So this was just a horrendous month again, simply because they went out to Everton in the Cup. Had they done better in the Cup, that would have been a much better outcome of a month. But like I said, it's all about my boy Michael, man. Cole Palmer now has 16 games played with 5 goals and 3 assists, having a fantastic season. Jackson with 7 and 0. Sterling with 5 and 2. And my boy Michael is 10 with still 1. So we need a little bit more from him. I'm going to be honest with you. We need, I want to say a lot more. These stats up here for Sterling look a little bit better. 5 goals, 2 assists, 7 contributions, and 15. That's pretty nice. My boy Michael only with 1 contribution and 10. It's a little bit low if I'm being honest with you. Even my boy Caicedo has more contributions than him. So hopefully going into the month of December, things will start to flick for him and really change. But at the moment, it's not good. Now, December is an action-packed month. If they can get 4 wins out of this month, would be fantastic. Again, Chelsea, a team that's really struggling, and you can really see it in this sim. So here we go. Hopefully, it's a huge month for Chelsea and Michael. I mean, it's been a little bit better for Chelsea, man. Beside the Sheffield United loss 2-1 and the tie against Crystal Palace, I mean, they really got good results here. 4 wins for them on the bounce of December. Like, really well done there. A couple ties, but they really came together. So after the formation change into the 4-3-3 attacking, it feels like we got something better going on and something a little bit cleaner. Again, I don't think it's the best Chelsea 11. Like, I would imagine that Nkunku would be in their best 11 and stuff like that. But I kind of just put the team, a basic team around, because I think Chelsea's going to be very different from the season that just passed going into the next season. I don't think this is anywhere near the team that they're going to have, but we'll see how that all ends up. Palmer with 10 goals and 5 assists in 23. Jackson with 8 and 0 assists, not a team player. My boy Sterling with 6 and 2. He's kind of slowed down a little bit. And then Reece James with an assist. My boy Michael, what happened? 14 games played, still 1 assist. 14 games played, only 1 assist. Enzo's played 15 and got 3. Caicedo with 1 and 1 and 16. Man, Enzo has more contributions than Michael, and he's way higher up the field. Come on, my boy. I need you to cook something nasty up, man. What's going on? I know you're a stud. We need more from you, man. If I make him a right winger, it's gonna take 10 weeks. He doesn't really need to become a right winger, but I'm gonna do it just to do it. What are y'all saying? Is that a flop? Is he a flop? I mean, football's not about just stats, is it? Football's not about just stats. Here's January, only 3 games, and 1 is a cup game against West Ham. Let's see how this goes. January, a big month for Chelsea. I mean, in the Premier League, they're doing way better, but in the cups, it's awful. They've officially been eliminated from 2 cups. 2 cups. They're out of it. You know, the Energy Cup and the FA Cup. They're officially out of both of them, pretty sure, which is just terrible if you ask me. Just really bad all around. But in the Premier League, they've kind of done a lot better, lads. They started winning some games. They got themselves up to 8th place. They're not acceptable, but they are in 8th place, and hopefully they could jump some more to get into maybe 5th and maybe even 4th. But they're not far off, you know, 35 points, and Liverpool's on 38 points, so that's not bad. Arsenal's winning the league right now, but City right after them, and then United, Liverpool, and Spurs, the top 5, and Chelsea's right there, man. They pick up 2 or 3 more wins, and they right back into this thing. So that's very good for Chelsea. But what's not really good for Chelsea is Michael's performances so far. Cole Palmer officially has 27 games with 16 contributions. Sterling with 8 contributions. And my boy Michael is still on 1 and 1. He finally got his first goal, lads. But he finally got his first goal. Caught Reece James on goals, and on assists, he's at 1. So we definitely need. Look at this, man. Everyone is getting I mean, Casido has more contributions. Nkunku has more. He barely plays. My boy Michael, man. Come on, lad. I know you can do it. We believe in you. We know you're a star, man. Let's go. Let's get it together. We're in the month of February where there's Crystal Palace, Wolves, and Manchester City. Very, very tough month. And then March will be action-packed as well. But we got to get through February first. Like, not February 1st, but like, we got to get through them first. Okay. All right. Yeah. The month of February, 2 ties, 1 against City, which is good. And then they beat Crystal Palace, which is really nice. I'm going to come up here and try to make a decision and see if the game actually allows the decision to work. I want my boy Nkunku to start over Jackson. I don't know if they'll actually let that happen. I'm pretty sure they're going to like put Jackson playing instead, but I think Nkunku would be a way better option for them. When it comes to what Michael did in February, well, in February, he saw himself get some more playing time, 19 games now, but still only 1 goal and 1 assist. He has 2 clean sheets, if that matters. But the contributions are not really there at the moment, lads. 0 contributions. By the way, his only goal came in the FA Cup, and his only assist came in the Premier League. So my man is not cooking right now, bro. He is not cooking in the slightest. Big month of March coming up. Spurs in there. They got Burnley. They got Newcastle, the Bees, Liverpool, Arsenal, who's in first place. A very, very tough month. It's crazy, man, because they're barely losing to like the big City, Arsenal. They're barely losing to them. They're beat Spurs. They're beating the teams they need to beat, but then they're just dropping points in games where like you're like, wow, like how, why, what happened, what took place, what went wrong, how did this happen, you know? But they have gotten themselves into 7th, and they are officially, lads, 3 points away from being in the top 3. This is crazy. They actually have a chance. Nah, I'm not gonna say they can win the league. They can't win the league, but they actually have a chance here, lads, at top 2. No, top 3. United has 52 points and Chelsea has 50 points. Like, there's actually a possibility here that they actually get in the top 4, top 3. So no one panic for Chelsea, man. Chelsea's actually right there knocking on the door with everybody else, which is kind of nice to see for Chelsea because it's been a struggle for them over the past few years. We move down and we see Michael officially has 23 games now with 2 goals and 1 assist. I don't know if my boy Nkunku is getting more PT. I really hope he is because he's at 13, so maybe he is. We got him as a starter now, so hopefully this is going to turn Chelsea's fate around. They're going to win mad games and get themselves back into the top 3, where honestly we all think Chelsea should be. If they beat Manchester United, who's ahead of them, they could actually do some big business here. So a huge month of April as they see Everton, Aston Villa, and Manchester United. And if they could win some games here, they can get themselves into the top 3. That is huge for the London side. Let's see if they could do it. They needed to win some games, and they did that. The only problem is they lost to United. Had they beat United and won those 4 games on the bounce that they did, they probably would be in the top 3 if I'm being honest with you. Let's go see where they are at the moment. There you go, Chelsea. There you go. Top 3 Chelsea, looking like they're going back to the Champions League. Well done for Chelsea, man. They are officially ahead of Manchester United now. They're ahead of West Ham now. They have West Ham as their next game, May 4th, Chelsea versus West Ham. You can see it right there on the side. Big game coming up. They got to beat West Ham. If they beat West Ham, they really putting themselves in a spot to go to Champions League. See if they can make that happen for themselves. Huge month for Chelsea there. What a bounce back after a horrendous start to the season. We made some adjustments, and the adjustments really worked out for them nicely. We'll look really quickly at games now. Cole Palmer with 17 goals and 7 assists and 40. We got Jackson with 13 goals. We got Gallagher with the 7 and 2. Reece James with 2 and 2, and my boy Michael is officially at 3 and 1. He's starting to pick it up now. Took him a while, but it looks like he's starting to cook a little bit. And listen, if he starts to cook at a time that they really need him, right? If he can start scoring a lot of goals now, get them into the top 3, I think Chelsea fans will forgive everything that's going on. So big ups to my boy Michael, who started to play well. Talking about big month, May is the final month of the year. So if they beat West Ham, I think they're going to end in 3rd place. Let's see how this goes. Hopefully Michael can end the season with a bang. Here we go. Not so shabby for Chelsea, man. I know they go silverware-less. Okay, they didn't pick up no trophies, but getting Chelsea back into a top 3 position is, I think, worthy of a celebration because Chelsea has struggled over the last few years, like I said. Now, I don't know if this right here was worthy of top 3. They beat West Ham, they beat Forest, they tied their last game of the season, which could hurt them. But if they ended in the top 4, it is a massive accomplishment for Chelsea, and they're going to end in top 4. Top 4, which I believe is Is that Champions League or do they go to the Europa League? Top four. The top four teams in the Premier League qualify. The top 4 teams, ladies and gentlemen. I know they tied their last game, which really hurt them because they would have ended top 3. They would have got 3rd place. But they tied. They're going Champions League. On 69 points, 70 for Spurs. They are going to the Champions League, so well done to Chelsea to get back into the Champions League where they need to be, where they deserve to be. Well done for that. And my boy Michael is going to end up ending on what? Let's find out, because that's what this is all about. It's all about him. We have to remember that. He ended up playing 30 games, picking up 6 goals and 1 assist. Lads, he really got it together after Nkunku started, after we put Nkunku in the starting 11, and after we moved to the 4-3-3 attacking. It really took him a long time to get going for Chelsea, but once he did, he really cooked. I mean, when you look at it, he almost had the same season as Sterling, and Sterling is an older, veteran player now. You know what I'm saying? He should have had more goals than Gallagher, but that's okay, no big deal. Modric barely played and picked up a lot of goals and assists, which is crazy. But if you really look at it, Michael had a decent season for how long it took him to get going. You know, he didn't have the most awesome start, but big ups to him, man. It looks like, honestly, I would say that's okay. For them to get top 4, probably should have got top 3. And also a decent season like that took him a while to get going. I would say W all around, man. This is what FC24 predicts Michael's first season at Chelsea, if he obviously signs. It looks like personal terms are done when I'm recording this, but it's not fully signatured yet. If he does sign for Chelsea, it seems like, or it looks like FC24 thinks that this is what will happen. Guys, in the comments down below, if you are a Chelsea fan, I want you to give me how many contributions you think he will have on the season. I am going to say I think he will do 10 plus. 10 plus contributions for Chelsea. 10 plus. If he signs there, I think he will get 10 plus contributions. That's my guess. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that thumbs up, subscribe, turn your bell on, and let me know who's next. If you know any rumors or anyone you want to find out who's going to do what, let me know in the comments down below, and we'll get it done for you. Booyah. We out of here, lads.